Hi everybody, Dan Illman along with Nicole Russo. Welcome to the Humphrey S. Finney Pavilion at beautiful Saratoga Springs as we get set for the Fasig-Tipton Select Yearling Sale. Our coverage is presented by Stonestreet. Nicole, this is really the first boutique yearling sale of the season, and there's a lot of optimism considering the sire power.
Very much so. I think this is really a strong catalog coming into this sale. As you mentioned, kind of the first really boutique, high-end sale of this young yearling season, which got started with pretty good results in North America at Fasig-Tipton's Kentucky July Yearling Sale. And we talked to a lot of consigners out on the sale grounds, and they were pretty optimistic that although the market is a little bit polarized, that it should be strong these 2 days here in Saratoga for the select sale.
You're absolutely right. Consigners and buyers both very optimistic. As Nicole mentioned, we talked to a few of them, and here are their thoughts.
I think it's going to be gangbusters. I think it's a select boutique sale, and I think based on our action so far, we're very optimistic.
We're so pleased with our first year sires that we have on the farm, Honor Code, Williams Map, and Tonalist. So we kind of cherry picked this individual as well to bring up here. She's a super physical. The mare's already done it, got some black type for us, and we just thought she has such a great mind and a great way of showing herself that she would be received really well up here, and I think she has so far. So.
Yeah, July was much better than I thought it would be. Not that I thought it would be bad, but it was just had a little extra punch to it.
Yeah.
And what I see as this sale is it's like July in terms of boutique and hand-picked conformation with more pedigree. So, I think if you just add that extra element, it's going to be even better. So I expect this to be a very good sale, and the economy is good. I think people have confidence, and we're coming off of another Triple Crown winner. There's a little sizzle in the air. So, I expect it to be a very good market up here.
So coming into the sale, feel good. Fasig does such a fantastic job of collecting athletes and promoting this sale, and obviously we've been dealing with selectivity for some time, but that's expected. And in anticipation to come to these sales, you think selectively, so you need to bring horses that suit the market. So. Feel good. The traffic's been great. We showed over 70 times yesterday on each of our 3 horses, and the follow-up to it's been very good. I'm encouraged and hopeful at this time.
We expect the market to be good. We expect there to be a lot of top-ticket items, but the star of this show is American Pharoah, the Triple Crown winner, of course, trained by Bob Baffert, who leads an extremely strong first-crop sires.
Yeah, definitely. American Pharoah, himself a son of Pioneerof the Nile from that resurgent, unbridled line, of course, now based at Coolmore's Ashford Stud in Kentucky. He had 15 yearlings in the catalog, a couple of outs between catalog time and sale time, but he's got a really strong group, including some who are big-ticket pinhook prospects. He had very strong results in the weanling market last year.
High hopes, obviously, for American Pharoah, but just consider some of these other talented horses with their first crop of yearlings selling on Monday and Tuesday here at the Humphrey S. Finney Pavilion. You've got Honor Code, you've got Carpe Diem, you've got Tonalist, you've even got a Tapiture Iowa bred.
Yeah, I think it's a tremendously strong group of first-year stallions, and when you look at the catalog pages for them, a lot of them, particularly Honor Code, and I noticed Carpe Diem as well, got really strong books of mares, Grade 1 winners, Grade 1 producers, and that says something about these young stallions in a season where there was really competition for the top mares, of course, led by the likes of American Pharoah. And yeah, Tapiture, I mean, he's the sort of horse, a multiple graded stakes winner, who's going to fly under the radar in a group like this, and it says something about him that he had a yearling chosen for this very select sale as well. I believe about 26% of the catalog by first-year sires this year, and that's way up from where that number usually is.
Williams Map, another young stallion with a lot of potential. He's got a couple of horses in here that you might want to watch. Let's talk about some individual hip numbers. We'll begin with number 10. It's an American Pharoah at a JZ Warrior, $575,000 weanling, dam, a multiple stakes winner. Just a sprint family with a lot of quality underneath. And we know this cross works with Pioneerof the Nile.
Yeah, definitely. As you mentioned, it's a cross that's worked with with the family, a lot of precocity. I mean, of course, American Pharoah got the majority of his publicity for his Triple Crown sweep and kind of what he did at classic distances, as a 3-year-old. But I mean, he was a multiple Grade 1 winning 2-year-old champion at shorter distances as well. Grade 1 winner at 7 furlongs, very precocious horse, and yeah, matched with that family, you have to think this is going to be a very interesting horse.
Lots of classic ambitions, I'm sure, for the yearling out of Life at 10. Multiple Grade 1 stakes winner, loved to go long. This one was a $500,000 weanling purchase, going to be pinhooked here. I think this one's going to take a lot of attention.
Yeah, definitely. This was a $500,000 purchase at the Keeneland November sale, targeted specifically for this sale, daughter of American Pharoah. And really, with those pinhook prices, I mean, you have to think that the person pinhooking would like to, about double that. You're looking in the 7-figure range on these horses right there, right off the bat. So I do think American Pharoah is going to create some fireworks if these horses have matured the way their original buyers hoped.
And if you think that American Pharoah stamps his foals, we saw a yearling out of Flatter Me with Roses, who was a $350,000 weanling purchase that's a doppelganger for American Pharoah.
Absolutely. I mean, when I looked at her, just, her head, her neck, her eye, so much like her sire, her body, again, we're looking at young horses that are not fully mature, but her body, very similar to how American Pharoah himself looked as a yearling in some of the photos and videos from TaylorMade Sales, which consigned him as a yearling right on these sale grounds and has 4 of his offspring in their consignment this year.
And it's not just all about the stallions here at this select sale. Tepin, who sold for over $8 million at Fasig-Tipton in November, represented by a sibling, by Warfront. Talk about a turf pedigree. Tepin, one of the great turf mares we've seen over the last few years, or maybe ever.
Yeah, very, very much so. And I mean, the broodmare Life Happened was certainly not a one-hit wonder. In addition to Tepin, she also produced Vijack, who was a graded winner on both dirt and turf, a millionaire, produced Prime Cut, a graded placed runner, and this you love to see a filly from that family because you're thinking ahead to residual value as a broodmare prospect on the line. And this filly, of course, by a very popular commercial sire internationally in Warfront.
And we're, of course, in New York, and a very popular Empire bred was La Verdad, trained by Linda Rice, fleet of foot sprinter. We've got our first foal by Medaglia d'Oro.
Yeah, and I do think Medaglia d'Oro is poised for a big sale. He's got a lot of very nice yearlings in this catalog. And of course, this is La Verdad's first foal, as you mentioned. This is very interesting. This is one of several New York breds who have chosen to go in this select sale against open company, if you will, rather than waiting for Fasig-Tipton's New York bred sale later in the week. And of course, New York breds, they don't just run in state programs. They run everywhere at the top levels, as evidenced by Diversify and Mind Your Biscuits 1-2 in the Whitney here across the street at Saratoga just the other day. So definitely a New York bred filly out of La Verdad.
And we've talked about millions and millions of dollars of horse flesh without discussing, of course, the Uncle Mo's or the Pioneerof the Nile or the Bernardinis or the Honor Code First Crops. I mean, there's a quality road in here that I like a lot. There's going to be a lot of excitement here, a lot of firepower, and I think a very healthy market is going to boost some 7-figure prices.
Very much so. I do think, we will have to watch for the polarization of the market that some consigners have discussed and have continued to be worried about, in the recent years since the market has recovered from the recession. But at the very top of the market, yeah, I'm certainly expecting some fireworks. There are some horses in here that are just, once-in-a-lifetime pages for somebody to buy into these families.
Stay tuned to DRF TV. Monday and Tuesday evening, we're going to be covering the sale from the A to the Z. Previews, recaps, interviews, and lots more. Our coverage is presented by Stonestreet.